The Haunted Live Stream, The Last Adventure. I'm Alex Turner, and if there's one thing that drives my adrenaline, it's the thrill of venturing into the unknown. You won't find me on a cozy couch chatting about mundane topics. No, my world is a live stream that takes me to the strangest places you can imagine. Abandoned factories, forgotten tunnels, and haunted landmarks become my stage, and I have an audience that stretches beyond borders, counting in the millions. But let me tell you, it's not just me on these expeditions. I've got a team, my closest friends. By my side, Emma, with her unwavering bravery and infectious laughter that breaks through even the eeriest silence. Mark, the tech wizard who ensures our live streams reach every corner of the globe. And then there's Lisa, the skeptic who keeps us grounded, always seeking the rational explanations behind every flickering light and unsettling sound. Together, we're more than a crew. We're a family bound by a shared obsession with the mysteries that lie beneath the surface. But there's one live stream that stands out. It was in an old military tunnel in Europe, a place that had witnessed the horrors of both world wars and held secrets darker than the depths it plunged into. The tales we had heard before stepping foot in that tunnel were chilling enough to send shivers down our spines. Whispers had reached our ears of clandestine human experiments conducted within these cold, unforgiving walls. The notion seemed surreal, like something out of a horror movie. But the conviction in the voices of those who shared the stories left no room for doubt. And so, with a mix of trepidation and determination, my friends and I embarked on a journey that would forever alter our understanding of the world's hidden depths. As the time approached to set up our live stream, a sense of anticipation hung in the air like a heavy fog. The tunnel's entrance seemed like a portal to another world, a place where time itself held its breath. We meticulously arranged our equipment, the clicking of cameras and adjusting of microphones a stark contrast to the silence that enveloped us. The flickering lights from our flashlights cast dancing shadows on the damp walls, creating an eerie dance of light and darkness that seemed to mirror the history this place held. With a deep breath, I pressed the button to go live, and the screen blinked to life, connecting us to a sea of viewers who were joining us in our journey. The comments began to flow in, a mix of excitement and trepidation, as our audience embarked on this exploration with us. The tunnel's mouth seemed to beckon, a gaping maw that invited us to unravel the mysteries that lay within. The countdown to our descent began, and I could feel my heart quicken with a mixture of excitement and a gnawing unease that I couldn't shake. As we stepped foot into the tunnel, the atmosphere shifted. The musty scent of damp earth mingled with a metallic tang, a scent that spoke of blood and war. The echoes of our footsteps seemed to reverberate through the darkness. I shared a glance with my friends, and it was as if our collective breaths held a whispered question. What would we uncover in the heart of this chilling abyss? The tunnel sprawled before us like a labyrinthine enigma, its corridors branching off into numerous wings that disappeared into the darkness. Our flashlights sliced through the obscurity, revealing damp walls adorned with remnants of long-forgotten graffiti. The air felt heavy, as if the weight of history had settled into every nook and cranny. With a sense of both trepidation and curiosity, we ventured deeper, the uncertainty of the maze-like structure adding an extra layer of eeriness to our exploration. As the live stream unfolded, the comment section buzzed with a mixture of excitement and unease. Our viewers were virtual companions, joining us on this haunting journey into the heart of the tunnel. Some expressed fascination with the history, while others shared their own stories of the wars that had scarred the region. Yet, amid the camaraderie, a subtle shift occurred. A handful of comments emerged, each recounting shadowy movements at the periphery of the screen. Did anyone else see that? one viewer asked, followed by a chorus of acknowledgments from those who had also glimpsed the elusive figures. With a quick glance at my friends, I acknowledged the viewers' observations. The atmosphere seemed to tighten around us, and a hushed anticipation settled over the group. Each shadow movement, each unexplained flicker of light, heightened our awareness of the tunnel's haunting history. As we continued our exploration, the shadows seemed to dance at the edge of our vision, playing tricks on our senses. Yet there was an unspoken understanding among us. We were not alone in this dark expanse. The realization that our audience was witnessing the same eerie phenomena from their screens added a layer of surreal connection, bridging the gap between our physical presence and the digital realm. As we navigated the labyrinthine corridors of the tunnel, our flashlights caught something unexpected: a historic wheelchair, abandoned and forlorn at the side. Its metal frame seemed frozen in time, a relic from an era long past. Curiosity tugged at us, and we paused to examine it, marveling at the intricate details that spoke of a different world. With a shiver down my spine, I urged my friends to continue, feeling an inexplicable unease settle over me as we left the wheelchair behind. With every step, the distance between us and the chair seemed to shrink, a chilling realization that sent a ripple of unease through the group. The flickering light cast ominous shadows across its frame, as if the chair itself had come to life with a purpose we could only guess. We turned to face it, our hearts racing, and yet the chair remained still as death. It was as though the tunnel held its breath, the very air charged with an otherworldly tension. I couldn't help but share a glance with my friends, a silent acknowledgement that the boundary between reality and the supernatural had blurred. And then the comment section erupted with messages from our viewers. Did anyone else see the chair move? The words on the screen mirrored our own disbelief, as if the haunting had transcended the physical realm and become a collective experience. As we grappled with the inexplicable, a sense of vulnerability settled over us, a reminder that in the heart of the unknown, even our digital companions could not shield us from the terrors that lurked in the shadows. As we attempted to rationalize the chair's bizarre movement, a knot of unease tightened in our chests. In the midst of our discussion, a sudden searing heat brushed against the back of our necks, sending a shiver down our spines. Time seemed to freeze as an unearthly scream, the anguished cry of a wounded soul on the precipice of death, echoed through the tunnel. The rawness of that cry pierced through the darkness, filling the air with a haunting lament that resonated deep within us. And then, just as abruptly as it had begun, the world fell silent once more, leaving us suspended in an eerie stillness that spoke of a realm where the living and the ethereal converged, blurring the boundaries between the seen and the unseen. Amidst the unsettling occurrences, we failed to notice the subtle shift in Lisa's demeanor, a transformation that manifested itself as a growing detachment. As we pressed forward, an unspoken realization gripped us. Lisa was no longer beside us. Panic surged through our veins, and we retraced our steps, our hearts racing. There she stood, her gaze fixed upon a wall as if entranced, murmuring words that were neither coherent nor comforting. Our attempts to rouse her proved futile. It was as if she had slipped into a trance from which she could not be awakened. The urgency of the situation propelled us to a decision. We needed to retreat to escape the clutches of whatever force had ensnared our friend. Viewers' messages mirrored our concern, urging us to leave before things took a darker turn. As we carried Lisa, lost in her inexplicable state, we retraced our steps through the chilling maze, the weight of the tunnel's secrets pressing upon us like a heavy fog, while the echoes of the viewers' worried voices guided us back, reminding us that in the dance between reality and the unknown, our bonds with each other and our digital companions remained the only constants. As time stretched on, a creeping sense of dread settled over us, intensifying with every futile attempt to escape the labyrinthine nightmare. The passage that had seemed straightforward had morphed into an ever-shifting puzzle, each twist and turn leading us astray, like puppets ensnared in a sinister dance. No matter how hard we tried, we found ourselves inexorably drawn to that same ominous room. The historic wheelchair, a chilling sentinel that marked our return, mocking our efforts to break free from its grasp. In the suffocating grip of despair, we were trapped in a loop of hopelessness, our attempts to flee only perpetuating the cycle, while the echoes of our own disbelief were matched by the relentless persistence of that unsettling chair. As tension escalated and the shadows seemed to converge, a disconcerting glitch rippled through the live stream, distorting our connection to the digital world. Abruptly, without warning, the stream's lifeline blinked out, plunging us into an unsettling silence that mirrored the enigma of the tunnel itself, leaving us to confront the inexplicable in both our immediate reality and the unseen realm of the internet. As the cycle of confusion and dread tightened its grip, an icy realization dawned upon us. The tunnel itself was orchestrating our torment, ensnaring us in a loop of its own malevolent design. Desperation became our constant companion, and as our strength waned, so did our hope of escaping the clutches of this nightmarish place. With every frantic attempt to find an exit, the whispers of our own voices seemed to echo in a mocking refrain, a symphony of futility that mirrored the ever-present echoes of the past. And then, in a final, harrowing twist, the wheelchair that had haunted our every move began to move on its own, a macabre dance that shattered the fragile boundary between the living and the spectral. As its rusted wheels creaked and groaned, it carved a path of dread before us, leading us deeper into the tunnel's heart, a realm where time itself seemed to unravel. And in that chilling moment, as the echoes of 1,000 screams melded with the present, we realized that our escape was a mirage, an illusion forged by the very darkness that had consumed us.